I'd like to just share something I learned in therapy for the people who are watching at home. And it's a very important lesson. Capacity is not intention.
Break that down.
Everyone
Big
is capable.
words. Kizungu kubwa,
Exactly.
boy.
Capacity is not intention. Everyone is capable of doing things, but not everyone is intentional or willing to do them. So it could be your friend, your parent, your partner, your boss. There is something you want them to do for you, and they are capable. They have the capacity to do it, but they don't have the willingness. Don't confuse the two. Don't look at it as like just because somebody can do something means that they want to do something.
The mics are blood clot open. Check, check, check.
Select accent for the podcast.
Calvin always late.
Welcome back to The Mics Are Open. This is episode 256. My name is
256, like
Ashley.
what country code?
This is Dr. Hafare.
Wow, Andy Young.
And me, Big
man.
C.
Finally back.
You know, I actually figured it out, man.
Figured what out?
Like I was texting someone and they asked me, no,
Ooh.
not that.
Ashley, I sensed a bit of
No. So,
Exposing relationship.
Bile.
We love it.
No.
in that
like you know, I
statement.
actually thought about it, right? Like, what does Big C stand for? A lot of people ask me that, and I thought about it. Big C stands for Big Congo.
You've said that before.
No. Like, why I say Big Congo is this, right? Like, you know, before Sudan was split between South Sudan and you get Sudan and South Sudan. It was a huge competitor to, like, in terms of the size of the country. So what's left now? Big Congo. And where's Calvin from? Congo.
There's zero correlation.
But here's the thing, but aren't pygmies from Congo?
Yeah, I mean, you know, Congo's one of those countries where we have it all.
Do you
Get
know?
what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, like size don't matter.
Okay.
Whatever she says.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
But
And
man,
other
I've
stories.
had so many thoughts, man, about all of that. But anyway, how you guys? More importantly, how you guys doing?
More importantly, no, nigga,
Where
you've
you
been absent for such a long time.
I've been
Before we
absent.
come to you, even you.
Hey,
The Calvinists and the Calviners are not happy, bro. Ebu, tell them something.
Man, I
Wambie keep-
appreciate you guys always like doing demonstrations. Wait till I'm president. Like, I don't think I could ever go to jail. I mean, 2 passports and everything. But that is what I expect. You know what I mean? Hove said it. That's what I expect when I'm politician, when I'm like running for governor. Please, show up. Show that mass action rally. Bro, Baba ain't got nothing on me.
I admire the confidence.
Wait, we just want to know. We just want to know where you are
Where
away.
you been at, nigga?
Here's the thing.
Unasema vitu mingi.
So, where have I been at?
Why have you been away?
Why haven't I been away? Why haven't I been around?
Yes.
So my daughter's on holiday.
I sound like your jealous ex or something.
No.
Where have you been?
Where have you been, nigga?
Why haven't you been here?
Why you
my
turn off your location?
Who you been with?
Be with.
Why you turn
So
off
my
your
daughter's on
location?
holiday, so I've definitely been taking time to spend time with her. You know what I mean? So it's been
okay.
very, very important. But it's been good. It's been good. But also just chilling, being undercover, just go relax too. It's good. Yeah, but I'm back now.
Ulikuwa
I'm back.
unatoroka nani? Taxman ama?
Taxman.
Eh.
Hey boss, tusiongea story ya tax.
Eh.
Hey.
Hata sijafile returns, my lord.
Bro.
Hizo ni nini?
But you know, I saw something that Ashley actually sent it to you. What did he say? Yo, because that shit was hilarious. Anyway, we'll get to it, Taxman. Guys, honestly though, I am actually glad that we're here. All of us made it. So while we're recording this, it's just rained. Like, there's
Still
a
raining.
difference between rain and downpour. What we've currently been experiencing is downpour. Like, bro, this is actually crazy.
And you know the funny thing? It literally starts raining from like 4 p.m. every single day. And
Yeah.
it doesn't stop till the next morning at like 6 a.m.
Yeah, man.
Like it's literally all night. And then in the morning you wake up and it's sunny.
Yeah, there's that
And
can
there's
sun
no
at 8
power.
o'clock.
Like it's sunny and there's no power.
Well-
You're forced to leave the house.
Lakini mali nakaa wamejaribu manzi.
They've been
Hatujakuwa na
consistent,
blackout
Not
eh?
thing, yeah.
experienced that. Ni token
That's the
zilisha.
jinx, brother. That's the jinx. Umeshasema, that's the jinx.
Now I'm actually appreciating them, manzi. I'm uploading them. Jumali naka upepo tu, leave alone the rain. Upepo tu, ask Ashley. She used to live there. When the wind starts doing its thing, guys, and then
No
itu
bloody
mlale.
And the
Just-
most, The most fucked up part is like one block will have electricity and then the other two don't have electricity because like different lines.
That's actually what got me off of a meal plan I'd gotten onto because it ended up being so expensive and I'm not benefiting. Juu nikiwa job ile chakula nimeacha kwa fridge the whole day isharibika by the time I'm coming back and these lights are not gonna come back maybe until the following day. So it used to happen so much. I was spending so much money on a meal plan. Hadi nikaachana tu nayo manze.
Because of meal plans. That's
Like I had a friend who used to, no, nilikuwa na beshte alikuwa anafanya hiyo stuff like for a rate in a week anaweza kukutengenezea chakula itakulast for the whole week.
For how
so
much?
she can come to your deeds.
For how much?
Mi alikuwa ananifanyia na honestly I don't remember, maybe around 2.8.
Oh,
That's
not
not
bad.
bad.
And that's 5 days. What she does is
so she's already
she comes to your house and she cooks over there, stores the food over there. You see like what your cleaning lady does and then she bounces. She does the same thing. If not, anaweza fanya kwake, a transport kwako and you're sorted out for the whole
So
week.
that's minus the ingredients.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she does the money you're gonna pay her accounts for everything and she's very
Oh, so that
Labor
2.8 is
and
plus
cleanup.
the ingredients.
hey.
Oh, that's
Hey.
Really?
That's
I tried putting you on. I don't know if you remember.
No, I
Plus the
remember.
ingredients.
But so
because you're not the only client she has. She probably has a
she's
couple of
mass
other clients. So
mass
akona
producing.
menu. So you just decide what it is that you want and then unazi combine, like if it's the main, if it's the stew or whatever, the side, if it's the veggies, whatever. Kila kitu unamwambia ni kama akona menu ya kila msee sasa.
So how do you pay? How does she pay? What profit is she making? Because how is she? Do you
Honestly,
understand
I
what I'm
don't
trying-
remember.
'Cause
Maybe
the
it could
one-
have been like 4K or I don't remember. Maybe.
So the one that I'm using right now, she's really dope. Her food is bomb as fuck. She charges me 3K. If she does the shopping for me, she charges me plus. I think it's about 800 bob. If she does the shopping for me, which is everything. So based on, she sends me a shopping list. She asks me, what do you have at the moment in your house? Then I literally take them off. Then she does the shopping list again. Then she sends me a cost. And she says, this is your shopping list. And then this is the amount that I'm going to pay for labor or whatever.
That's like a personal chef. Damn, I love it.
Technically, yes, but that's how it should be because I don't...
Not really, because mine has never asked me what ingredients I have or I don't have in the house. Never. She handles everything. By the time she comes to you,
Does this
you
person
tell
not
her...
ask you what you like? Like,
No,
is it
she
just
just-
anakutumia menu.
Oh, okay.
Like maybe for this week, when it comes to the main courses, niko na hii na hii na hii na hii. When it comes to the side, I have this and this and
So
this.
are you
and
like
this.
Venant? Like, do you track macros and like
No, I
protein?
don't.
Nini?
I just go with my taste buds and, what do I feel like
You know,
eating?
for me, honestly, right? Like, that is such a sensible conversation and all of that. But the way my life is set up, bro, shotgun out to Glovo, Bolt, food,
Delivery
and,
man.
Uber.
and
Yeah.
Uber Eats.
Yeah.
Uber Eats
Shout out to
sponsor the
Msandi.
plug. Shotgun out to all
Yeah,
of
shout out to everyone, man.
No, me, brah. Kwanzaa, there's a day I ordered mbuzi, bro. I'm leaving the office. Actually, this is last week, Wednesday. I'm like, pop, let me get mbuzi.
So you're eating
Fuck.
Drake.
Huh?
No, just...
I'm like, so I was just like, let me get some mbuzi and some fries. What. I'm like, okay, cool. Let me order it from this particular joint. Man, I am getting digs. You know how you order so that the food
kupata.
fit
Yeah,
time?
yeah.
Man, I get to the security guard downstairs. I'm like,
Keroma.
wananiambia hatuna kitu bwana. I'm like, the hell? Yo, so me, I contact my guys. They're like, the guy says he dropped it. I'm like, what do you mean?
That guy was
I go
lying
downstairs.
your
I'm like, are you sure? The guys are like, Calvin wetu tushaikataa kitu ikiangushwa hapa. I'm just like, okay. Bro, this guy hepared with my food bana.
Yeah.
So the company, the delivery app guys were like, okay, cool. Sorry, we got you, nini. Wait another extra, like 40-45 minutes for us to contact the place and the deliver. That time I am dying of hunger.
Manzi, and then you have to wait an
Jeez.
extra like
Do you know
hour.
I got into bed. Ile, you're just trying to sleep those ones for like, I was just like, do I kula some chef da or something?
Ndo nilikuwa nikuuliza
Bro,
kwani unanga
and I'm
snacks
just
kejani?
like, I've got snacks, but I'm not the way my gastric juices were set up.
Yeah.
We'd already had like a what do you call it? Like a CBA,
Kwani
an
is it-
agreement,
kwani
and I
is it-
told them nothing else is getting in.
Hizi ni
It's a
snacks
wrap.
gani uko nazo kejani?
So I have chef da. I've got peanuts. A
Eh,
bit of
kula
chocolate.
njugu, eh.
You get, but me the way
Tafuna njugu,
you
kula
know,
ka
like,
chocolate.
unlike the government, me I honor my CBA.
God.
You know what I mean? With my gastric juice, we'll get to the doctors in a hot minute.
something
You get-
interesting about that. Like, first of all, I would never I don't order vitukambuzi, like fish and like things like that. I wouldn't order off delivery apps. I'd rather go to a place,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
tell them.
But now the place where I was ordering at, I go there and eat.
Yeah, same. Like, even if I was like next to Coco Jumbo, like,
Yeah.
I would never order. I would just go down. Or even if I need to take an Uber to go to there, I'd go there. Or like Roadhouse, I would literally just go to the place, get the meat, eat it, and go home. Because I feel like delivery apps, delivery apps, all of that, it's just for like KFC, Chicken Inn, pizza. That's the ranking. Like, if I want actual food, I'll actually go to the place. In fact, there was a time we were out with my boys, and then we ended up at one of my homies' place. So the morning, guys were ordering Chicken Inn, like a lot of food, and I was the one who was like ordering. So everybody sent me money for food. The order took like 2 hours. So I'm on Glovo being
What
mad.
time was that?
That's like at 11 a.m.
Oh, okay.
So I'm
Hey, najua
on
mko
Glovo
manjasa
mad. Guys are hangover. Guys are like, just cancel the transaction. And then, I don't know how. I
Well,
had
go on, you
paid.
guys don't have cars or what?
Come
No, niggas were in the house. We were drinking. We were
Oh,
still
sorry,
drinking.
that was not
You
supposed.
did you order for
delivery.
the nyama because you don't have a car?
Sini delivery.
So we were still drinking in the house. There were babes,
Oh, okay.
We were still
Recovery.
partying, man. So
Yeah.
You
it takes.
Not after that.
No, it's cool. I don't really mind. It's all love, Mazi.
No,
I'm not an
I'm just
Israeli.
being chocozy. But
I like the attitude today. You're very positive. Welcome back.
also at that particular point, because I mean, maybe guys have been marking, you've been laying
Yeah.
foundation and anything, and if they say, "Oh, I'll just go get breakfast," brah, kadime chomeka bwana.
So guys, like, we're ordering. I'm on Glovo chat. In
You
fact,
end it.
like, Glovo don't even have at that time. I don't think they even had a number you could call. So I'm like chatting with the customer. I'm like, just refund me my cash. They refund me my cash, Evie, and then like 5 minutes later, the rider calls me.
Wow.
He's like, yo, I have your food here. So I go downstairs, and I'm like, yo, are you sure? Like, yeah. Here's your food. You see your motor and yeah. So I take the food, and then I'm waiting for Glovo to be like, hey, your food was delivered. Could you pay us again?
Yeah.
And then it's like, nobody
They never
called me.
got back.
wow.
So me,
Verifying.
I just went back to the house with the food,
Demolished.
and then just gave it to everyone, and then didn't say a thing. I was like, nah, because everybody paid, like, everybody sent me money. So I'm
So
like,
you went
I'm
to
not sending
Rita.
it back.
Oh.
I'm not selling it back.
But
You're such a
charges.
politician.
I'm
But
not
you know
sending it
what?
back. And then we
You
went
ran out
out. So
game on your
after-
niggas.
After we ate, we got bottles, Nini. So we were like, let's go out again. We go out, I'm in the club, and everyone's like, yo, what the fuck? Why is he buying so many bottles? I'm like,
Back to the meal away.
yeah, Otto like, I'm flexing still. The babes are looking at me like, wow.
That's the one. That's the
Who
one.
is this?
But-
I got
but-
my Hawaiian shirt open, silver chain
Everything.
on. I'm looking like Razor Ramon.
But you know what? Shout going out to all of the apps, man. If you're on Glovo, if you're on Bolt Food, if you're on what do you call it, Uber Eats, all of that.
And by the way, since it's raining, please be considerate because
Yeah,
your delivery
especially
guy
in
has to go
timing.
through the rain.
Yes.
Like, if you have to order, make sure you order at a good time, and make sure where you live, like, people can actually get there.
I will
They can
take
access
sasa
it.
una push.
Yeah.
But you
There's
know
some
what?
things I can't. There's some things I
Your
can't do about some things. Like, for example, I can't tell what time I'm getting home, and I can't help where I stay.
And you can't stop your
Ukinyeshewa,
hunger?
I'm sorry, manze.
No, but
I mean,
I'm saying, like,
comes
if
with the job. I'll
you
be
can
patient.
if you can like avoid it, if you can pick up something on the way home, if you can have something in the fridge to cook.
True,
I'm sure there's kamande in the
know,
back of your drawer somewhere.
No,
Now that I think
But
about
kuna
it,
kamande
right? So
huko
on most of the, I don't want to specify and name a particular app or whatever, but on most of the apps, you could probably tip the right.
Yeah.
Most of them, actually.
Most of them, if not all, right?
Yeah.
But I noticed, like, in Kenya, we don't really have that culture, especially of delivery guys. But there's guys who do it. I'm not saying not everybody, right? But I think that the guys usually think, if I do it on the app, is it really getting to this guy? You know what I mean?
Usually, apparently, it does not necessarily get to them until they're paid like their dues way.
Oh, yeah, of course, they've got to balance all of that.
Okay. That's
You've got to
but
balance all of
is
that.
in a tip like direct? Like,
It should
That's the
be.
thing.
it should be direct.
No, I
It should
think
be like,
when I'm paying directly to the rider, nitamwongezea kitu.
oh yeah, okay.
But
yeah.
if you set up the app in such a way that you pay in app and they have the option of tipping, then I think that's what they're talking about.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
maybe nikikulipa direct, I'm gonna add a little something on top.
Why I'm saying that is because on the internet, when like I'm on TikTok or whatever, and you see like this crazy videos of someone, a delivery guy like in the States has reacted. He's like, "You haven't tipped me," and you see how pissed they are. You
their
get
culture,
like
man.
it's so different.
I don't think you should be forced into tipping.
No, but it's a culture. over
I
there.
know, I get you, and
Yeah.
I'm backing backpack. You get what I'm trying to say.
Just say it, you're backing it up, Ashley.
Yep.
You're backing it up.
But I feel like you shouldn't be forced to tip someone. Like it's based on how you feel you've been given service, right?
Yeah.
Because even like Ascaris and whatnot, like it gets to a point they start asking and asking and asking, and you're just like, bro, now if you keep asking, I don't even feel like I'm doing it for the sake of me doing it. I'm doing it because you've been pestering me, and I'm just like, fuck it, let me just do it.
And the moment you do it once, that's it.
And then that's the
it.
thing. Then they catch an attitude. Because I've done it before with like Ascaris. Some of them are still very nice, and then some of them catch an attitude. It's like, you know, we're done now. We're done with
Mkubwa, leo ni aje?
yeah,
Leo ni
we're
aje?
done with it.
I know
Yeah.
that.
Hakuna chai leo?
Yo, like I think we're even having a conversation with Mamba before we started recording. Most of us would be willing to tip or add something little on top if one, they don't seem like they're entitled to it, and if the service was good. Ile tu ya kujitolea. For example, if I'm taking an Uber and initially nilikuwa nimeplan maybe hii price iko sawa, naweza muongezea hata ka 30 bob ama ka 40 bob. I'm okay doing that. Lakini nikiingia pale anze kuniambia, boss, tuseme maybe it was 380 bob, that was the fare, right? Boss, utanipatia 500. I'm like, pardon, excuse me.
Don't ask me for shit, man.
Yeah, so I think it turns us off when someone has to ask you for the tip. Like now you've taken away from it.
Even worse, if you're riding on card, if you're riding on card, there's always like, unajua ni card, hata pesa si, my nigga.
True.
You think you're not gonna get paid? Like this money is still gonna get to you. Lakini unajua sioni, brother in Christ. I empathize with you. Lakini there's a reason I'm on card.
True.
There's a reason I'm on
It's a
card.
corporate account or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
You guys have just reminded me of something. So this past weekend, man, crazy situation. Well, not really crazy, right? So my local was celebrating their anniversary. So we've all pulled up. We're just like, yes, we're here. We're celebrating and everything. And they said, okay, so tonight we're only doing bottle service. So I'm like, all right, fantastic. Let's go in. So go in, settle with the lads, order a bottle and all of that. So we're a couple of guys. Over time, we finish our bottle. And then now we're about to order something, right? But I'm now telling the waiter, you have to give us the bill so that we can sort out one. You know, as people get more marinated, bills become quite hectic.
Yeah.
You get, so it's one of those things. Tunaifanya makasi. Unaget? Bro, the waiter who has never served us and seems to be new in this joint tells me, hey, boss, head of operations amesema hiyo chupa mlikuwa mmeitisha is on the house. Me, I'm like, what? Yo, drunk math means
Another one. Because when you did buy the other one.
drunk math. Nimemwambia faster. Ekelea kitu bwana.
Yes, I hate that shit because the moment you're like, this one is free, you're like, oh, so we can get another
Another one?
You don't look at it like, oh, so we can just have this one and save the money. No, we have this one.
That's the
This is
thing.
free.
It's inconsequential.
But
you see,
spend the damn money.
but for us guys, we'd already committed to getting another one.
I know.
But for us guys, it's a save. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
But also now, if there's like other people, you guys could like order food and all of that. You know, like we've got to drink responsibly. But bro, now on the second one, guys are, you know, sipping, hydrating, doing all of the necessary things. The bill comes. What does my guy say? You know, when the Mech sends you a message, yeah, what's up? The guy is like,
Diagnosis.
bro. He's like, bro, ati nilikuwa nimefanya makosa.
Oh, wait,
I'm like,
what do you mean?
No, that wasn't a mistake.
That wasn't a mistake,
no,
brother.
the guy said, the head of operations said, the first bottle
It's on the house.
is on the house.
I've told him, tell head of operations to come tell me now.
Bro, you know, I looked at this guy. You know,
You
he's been
sobered up real
whatever.
quick.
No, I was pretty chill. Know what I mean? Don't be getting toasted like that. So I'm just
Hey,
like,
pole basi.
I'm just
All right,
like,
Sasa, 47-year-old man.
you get, like, I'm just like, I looked at him and I'm just like, but no, you know, he doesn't even know us that well, right? So I was like, okay, we'd already decided for it and everything. Everybody's now just gloomy and all of that. But now I'm like, okay, so you guys did that, but now we need to get our discount. You get what I mean? Do you guys like, anyway, I'm going towards something, right? If you frequent a place, right, are you entitled to a particular discount?
No.
No,
You are not, but it will feel good to
it
get
would
one.
be nice, yeah.
Like December, Christmas. I was out with the homies in Nini. We called the plug. We asked for like, give us something. He gave us two. Because it's like, it's Christmas. You guys buy from me all the time. Nini, like, here's an extra one for being good customers. Yeah, like you're not entitled to it, but it's good customer service.
Yeah.
Like, keep your regular customers happy.
You feel it's not whatever.
You're not entitled to it because even like places I frequent, which are a number, places I frequent, I will pay full amounts, right? What will happen is maybe I'll get like, I don't know, chasers off or waters off, or
Something like
I
that.
get 1 or 2, 3
Or
shots
food.
for free.
Yep, exactly.
Or, they literally always do something that kind of shows you appreciation. So that I don't mind, but I will never go somewhere and be like, do you know who I am? Do you know I'm always
I'm
here?
always here.
Like,
Where's my
of course.
discount? Where's
But
my
you
discount?
But you see, here's the thing.
no, that's
I know
You
the
see-
owner.
You see,
I know the owner.
you see, the thing is this: it's not a thing about demanding. Most of the time, you can, you go to a particular point because you like the ambience and all of that, and all of these different kind of things. But customer service, at times, you see this person frequents this place. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, let's give him a 10% discount. They're always here. They spend X amount. I'm saying all of this to say this. So you guys have said you don't expect a discount,
Yeah.
bro. Not even at the brothel.
Clearly,
Tell us.
you're the only
No,
one
like,
who
as in-
frequents.
House calls.
Like,
House call.
House calls.
Huh?
House calls. Like, house
you
calls,
don't
like,
have to go to
you don't have to go to the brothel. Like, here's the thing about going to a brothel.
I knew I was setting you up for this.
Here's the thing
Told
about going
us, Asa.
no. Here's the thing about going to a brothel. Like,
Take it.
here's the sub. I'm like, if you're on Twitter,
Have you been though?
I've been to a brothel.
Oh,
Yes. So here's the thing. Here's the thing about going to a brothel. Yeah. Like when you go there,
this is Mr. Cameraman. Could you focus on me?
Oh man.
This is that unit in unit. It was called Bro 101. Short code.
No,
you know how they used to write? They didn't say like communication
of all,
ethics.
I would like
it
to
was
just-
Bro or CO.
I would like to preface this by saying sex work is real work.
A fact.
Sex work is real work. So don't feel like, oh, I didn't any. People are trying to earn a living and they're probably making more than you.
Fact.
They're probably making way, way, way more than you.
Big fact.
So utakapo na dignity yako ukisema, oh my lord, nini na these sex workers making
Leave my
bank.
dignity
They're
alone.
driving the car you want. They're living in the house you
Oh,
want.
man.
They have the man you
Snatching the
dream
menu.
of. Sawa. That's who that is.
They're
Sawa.
driving the economy. That's what you forgot to
Exactly.
say.
Do you guys not know
And
the
it's
stripper
tax-free,
index?
you know?
Do you guys not know the stripper index?
No, tell me.
The stripper index is it's a measure of recession that says
Yes.
if guys are spending less in the strip club, it means that the economy is about to go backwards.
You know, actually, that's from
No,
the,
for real.
It's actually a thing.
Yeah, it's a
from
thing.
The
It's an
movie,
actual thing.
From
The Big
it's
Short.
The Big Short.
The Big Short.
In, when you those Wall Street guys.
Yeah.
So they were actually saying that in the Big Short, actually a very good movie. Watch the Big Short. They were saying some of the guys were getting some serious financial tips
From
the strippers.
strippers, yeah.
Because the guys on Wall Street,
Come
you
to
know,
the
you've watched all of these crazy movies about Wall Street. They used to be like, the strippers are like, so how was your day? The guy's like, man, this index is going down.
See,
You
resorting.
probably need to whatever. And so what should I invest in? And the guy just loosely says something. And these guys are now giving financial advice.
In
Advice.
Kenya, if the brothel like isn't making money, it means your bosses aren't going there Friday at lunchtime because they don't have enough cash to spare anymore.
Yeah.
You guys
I
like
love that.
if you're not in like if you work in any like mid-level corporate government office, one of your bosses always comes back after lunch smelling
Fresh.
like
Smelling
nini.
fresh.
We
Imperial
said
leather.
this on
Like,
the podcast.
yeah, that's what happens.
Imperial
Yeah,
leather.
Imperial leather.
Exactly. They
It's
come back
just like-
smelling like imperial
It's just
leather.
like, hey.
If you notice him not smelling like imperial leather for like a month, then there's no money coming in. Like he's tightening his belt. But back to
Literally.
like what I was saying about strip clubs. Like when you go to a brothel,
is
not
best?
strip clubs, like brothels. When you go to a brothel, there's so many girls there. It's like
It's a la carte.
yeah, you choose what you want.
Buffet.
But
Buffet.
once you know what you want,
You
you can
remember
always
that
just
part
talk
for
to them and
Rashad?
like leave.
You do a house call.
Do a house call. Like you don't have to go there. They
So
can
you're
come to you.
stealing from the house.
No.
No. The money still goes back to the house.
She's working
Really?
remote.
Yeah, she's working remote.
Oh, work from home.
So you pay
Is
them.
It's a
that right?
hybrid. It's a hybrid.
Okay, so like-
Damn.
working stream.
I can give you an example of
Like how
a
many
brothel
rounds at home?
in
Non-stop.
I don't want to say where.
Bottomless.
Don't say, don't
So
say.
it's like
Oh,
4,000 bob
that's
an
a good
hour,
one.
2,000 for the babe, 2,000 for the house. So if they do like a house call, 2,000 for the house still, whatever else you agree with the babe
Is up to
hers.
you. Yeah, no.
Is up to you.
Damn.
Okay.
So
She's still gonna get her cut from the 2,000
if she
bob we sent
then-
to the house.
So now, sorry. So if she doesn't, this is now where the pimp comes in. It's just not.
Yeah, they live at the brothel, so like maybe she might be kicked out. I don't know the logistics of that. But most
Seems
brothels
like
have
you know a whole
dormitories
lot
like
about
high school.
that.
No, when I was there, actually, I was like just having a drink, and then I sat down with one of those babes, and we just talked.
Research.
And I was interested to learn, like, where do you guys live? Because if you're here all day, do you like have a house? They're like, no, we have a dorm. Like we have cooks who cook for us.
That's
like this is how
dope.
the numbers work. She showed me her M-Pesa, bro. I was like, why do you have 167,000?
Do they have
Now we
leave
should
days?
sit down with one man. You
We
need,
should.
you need to
Do they
connect
have
us,
leave
bro.
days?
I don't know, man. I guess
mean,
not.
So you said sex work is work, right?
Sex work is real
I mean,
work.
they're entitled to whatever.
Do
medical
matatu-
Like they have
insurance.
personal
do
days.
matatu conductors have leave days?
No, I feel like it's a very
Aye.
flexible business.
Matatu conductors, they be on leave, they're just hearing do. And I'm your wife, wacha niende squad moja tu.
But if I
What?
go to a
Me, one of
brothel,
my
they offer
uncles
me a
was a
discount.
dere.
I'll be like, what's wrong today?
Oh, damn. Is
Like,
everything
Is
okay?
Is everything good? Like, why are you offering me a discount? As in,
So-
nilifanyika. Is there some news I don't know about? Kuna
know-
outbreak ilifanyika huku.
Oh,
Jaskia.
damn, anapigana discount.
Anakupiga discount. At least umekuja. Shika na 3.5 leo.
I did you a
love it.
favor.
Stop
love
panicking
it.
like that.
Full amount.
That meanwhile, I'll be like, oh, the goods zilipanda bay. I can live with that. Zikishuka. Like, wait.
That's the
It's
problem.
like,
Inversely proportional.
maybe also it's to do with like the shilling to the dollar. You know, right now, shilling
Oh.
it's going crazy. It means
Brothels
that-
do take dollars, actually. They like that shit.
you know the dollars right now against the shilling are like that song for what are those twins called? The ones who call bado tunapanda panda
XYZ.
wanajaribu kutushukisha
Was it XYZ
bado
ama?
one of them alikuwa niambia walikuwa naitwa Lex and sijui who that time me Makayangin. I'm just like, why'd you keep talking about this guy? I'm
Did those
trying to
guys
get with-
relocate to the US?
Yeah, they did.
Like, I think it's a thing that happened with all like
Kwanza,
early
one of
Kenyan
them
pop stars.
sorry.
They all
One
go
of
to
them
US.
followed me on Instagram. I was just like, I guess it's my time.
Lol.
But is it?
But a dream deferred is not a dream denied.
Oh my God.
You always wanted to be better than those niggas. Now you are.
No. I wasn't better than them. No, it was.
Wanted
It
to
was.
be.
It was because of the relation of this girl that I had a crush
Exactly. The girl is at the crux of this.
on. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like I had a crush on her, but it's like you being a bestie to a chick, and all she talks about is this homie. Like,
Why do we do this over babes?
What?
Why, like even a major part of the beef going on in the hip hop game right now.
yeah.
You know, shorties, left, right, and center, man. Why do we do this as niggas?
I don't know. People want
Ego?
to win. People just it's ego. It's just like winning. People just want to win.
ego thing.
It's an ego thing, man.
Damn, babes
You're
be
the-
moving the pieces.
You're the
man.
baddest nigga with the baddest bitches.
There's
Damn.
always be a bad one. That's something about.
There'll always
There
be
will
a
always
bad
be a
one.
bad one.
Facts.
True.
Trust me, I know.
There'll always be a
wow.
bad one.
Wait, umekuaje, man? Where have you been, bro?
I've been.
What have you been up to?
Do you want the funny answer or the real answer?
All
The
of
funny
them.
one. The funny one.
The funny
Make
one.
the real funny.
Oh, okay. Let me make the real funny. I've been taking a break from everything, really. Like just from. I felt really overwhelmed around the end of last year with a lot of things, so I took a break from just living, and just decided to, hey, let me just chill, figure myself out. Started therapy. Still going through therapy.
Good.
Good stuff.
It's a wonderful thing, by the way. And if you do go, please stick through it. It's
Is your
really good.
therapist a male or female?
A female?
Have you slept with her yet?
No,
Are you contemplating on it?
no.
Okay. How old is she?
I don't know, man. Like
It's virtual or more in person?
I'm virtual,
No. at
so.
least. 'Cause I
The
could've
issue,
sworn
why would I
you're-
want to sleep with my therapist?
Bro, I mean,
Transference, bro.
you
There's
never
something called
watched
transference.
Tony Soprano?
Tony was a fuck nigga. Like Tony isn't somebody you should idolize. Tony Soprano was a piece of shit. That man called a black man a charcoal briquette. That man used racism that is dead.
I knew
Racism that is dead.
I knew if I had a conversation about Tony Soprano, you would pick up on it.
Exactly.
Yep.
Tony is not somebody you should idolize. That man was a piece of shit.
Tony, may he rest in peace, by the way.
James Gandolfini.
Yep.
May he rest in
He's
peace.
gone.
Tony Soprano, the character, please.
If
be
you're
better.
young,
Acha.
like if you're like some millennials have never watched Sopranos, Gen Z as well.
Yep.
Funny enough, back in the day, you used to actually like TV.
it.
Was
Even some
the-
millennials.
TV was the ish back when. KTN used to actually air Sopranos.
Sopranos and The Wire.
I never
too.
used to watch it.
Yeah,
And The Wire.
and The Wire. Yeah, KTN,
never used to
bana.
watch it.
Wow, babe.
Before we continue, so that people know that I'm not just like a funny dude, you know? Because you have to be very smart to be funny like me. You know that? You have to be very
Higher
intelligent.
IQ. Yeah,
I'd like to
you
just share something I learned in therapy for the people who are watching at home. And it's a very important lesson. Capacity is not intention.
Break that down.
Everyone
Big
is capable.
words. Kizungu kubwa,
Exactly.
boy.
Capacity is not intention. Everyone is capable of doing things, but not everyone is intentional or willing to do them. So it could be your friend, your parent, your partner, your boss. There is something you want them to do for you and they are capable. They have the capacity to do it, but they don't have the willingness. Don't confuse the two. Don't look at it as like just because somebody can do something means that they want to do something.
Facts.
But also, would it be entitlement if you expect something to be done from them?
If it's for your own well-being, no, it's not, because you can always remove yourself from that situation and go to a situation that favors you. Why would let's talk about being with a partner. Why would you be with a partner who's rude, who's mean, who beats you up, and then you expect them
Be a good person. that
be a good person? They have the capacity to change and stop all that shit and be the person
they're
you need,
not.
but they're not gonna change. You think just because they have the capacity, they have the intention to do that thing.
Capacity.
True.
Say that again.
It's not intentional.
Capacity is not intention.
That's the title
Facts,
right there.
Capacity is not
Not
intention.
intention.
Yeah,
Bro.
I just wanted to just share a little bit. No, Msidhani ati I'm saying
Nuggets.
that's like, man, the video that was trending on Twitter last week. Bro, you may have it like chumani really, like in the intention. To put it in that perspective.
What
right?
video?
You didn't.
You know,
eh,
Calvin's algorithm is
It's
something
way
else.
different.
Wild.
He thinks we share the same. You need video
bro,
gani unaongelelea.
no. That video.
You can't just say video
that
and then you
was,
go on,
Hey,
like-
guys, you know how Twitter be, man. There was this video that was all over the internet, and guys were saying, man, how are guys riding on flat tires like this?
Still
What?
don't.
I
We don't know
don't
what video you're
context.
talking about.
Anyway, so there was a chick who a sex tape leaked. Are you guys setting me up?
No,
she just
we're
wanna
trying to understand what you're talking
Andy
about,
be
bro.
like, no.
Because we're trying to understand what you're talking
kuna
You
about.
guys are the freakiest. You all three.
Hapa hakuna
Sikatai, but we're
wahenga.
trying to
But we did see
understand.
that.
Me,
We didn't see that.
it just came on
Give
on my.
context.
It just
It's
came on
okay.
my.
We don't care how you go
It
to
came
text,
on my
nigga.
thingy.
We don't care how
Hold
it
on.
go to you,
Let
nigga.
me drink some water first. It came
Oh
on my
my
thingy.
God.
What do you call it? My screen. I was
That's
like,
what she
oh,
said.
no. Jesus. It came on there. I was like, oh. No.
And they keep saying it.
Then they were like,
my thingy.
then they're like, expand. I'm like, oh, no.
And you expanded.
What is this? Why is he doing that to her? Anyway, I'm saying all of this to say this. Actually, now that we're talking about like deep stuff, man.
Are we?
I don't know about you.
This guy was talking about
coming on your
therapy,
thingy.
man.
Coming
the
on
guy's
your
talking
thingy.
about therapy, right? But I actually thought about it. Like, now that we're delivering like some dope stuff. You know what freedom of expression
Sasa your video imeenda tu hivyo. Story of video imeenda tu hivyo. Oh my God.
if you know, you know. Go look for it. You know what freedom...
Ashley,
I feel
you
we're
wonder for
better
the
off not
guys at
knowing.
the back, man.
I
They
really
come out
feel like
wajasikia.
I feel like we're better off not knowing, and I'm
Because
glad.
sawa,
Because sour.
you know, I just thought about
We might be
like,
avoiding generational trauma.
it really could.
Generational drama. Go off.
Let me lubricate my mouth. So, freedom of expression.
That's your boy. No,
You
that's
know how
your
you
boy.
guys like, how do you express yourselves? You come on the podcast, you say this and that, you write and tweet, and you do your videos. Shaguna to you and Manyata.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? You do all of
Thank
that, so
you.
you're expressing yourself creatively and all
No,
of
I'll
these
bring
different
you
kind of
some.
things, right? But I thought about it. Like, imagine if I had a friend who's deaf, and the cops came and like arrested us for something, and they handcuffed us. He'd lose his right of his way of expressing himself.
Is it Austin?
It makes sense, but it
Is
shouldn't. It shouldn't, but it does.
No,
make
when you
sense.
think about it, like
I get you. I get you.
Okay, no. I have a question. What if they handcuff him at the front?
but that's what ideally they should do. They should be graceful enough.
You
Okay.
missed him, Ashley. There he is. Right next to you.
Yeah.
In flesh.
They should
That's
be
your boy, you
graceful
missed
enough. But some of these cops are mangas. They're just like funga water.
But if they handcuff him at the front, are they just moving the point of expression?
Yeah.
Like now you all have to look down to see him talk.
Also, not everybody is aligned with the other
I can't
individual's
believe we're having a
expression.
conversation about this.
No, it's very important.
These are things that happen. I think it's a very
Are
sensitive
you
topic.
ableist?
Yo, you won't do that. You're not gonna do that. It started as a joke with you guys. Just do your thing. Mimi niko sapa kwa
Yeah.
sideline. I'm good.
Like you get. These are some of the things that people need to think about it. Like when we're having conversations about like sensitivity, bro. Every single time, like I'm in the supermarket or wherever, and I'm looking for parking, and soldier is thinking about his pocket. Ananiambia park hapa bwana. Namwambia that's the disabled. Well, the term Remind me, smart one. What's the term that we're using in the year 2024? Able.
Differently abled. Differently abled persons living with disability. There are a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot, right? But you get the term. And I usually say no. Like I really
So
actually
you're
say
supposed
no.
to say no.
No.
You want
A lot of people.
You want a cookie for doing the right thing, nigga?
No.
That means you
no,
thought about
no.
packing it there. Like, nah, let me be good. Yeah.
A lot
For
of
a
people,
minute.
like when I think about it, the parking's probably full and it's cool. Say for instance, we have a club in a mall or whatever, and you're just like, hey, you get. Like I'm actually
No, I
one of
don't.
those guys. I'll say no.
That's what you're supposed to do,
Yeah, like,
bro.
I get, but most of the time,
Do you want us
this
to clap
sport-
for you for doing the thing you're supposed to do?
I know.
You guys,
Like a certificate of
Wanna bow?
participation.
These guys are just, you guys are just terrorists.
No, we're not.
Very
Like,
good boy.
You don't park at Nini.
Very good boy.
You don't park at like a disabled. Regardless, you shouldn't even consider it. But again, at night,
Maybe.
Maybe.
Finally landed, huh?
maybe.
There you go. So you're the only one who's left. Now,
I'm fine
anyway,
with that.
guys.
Okay.
So, on a serious note, though, like, so the last week has been quite tragic. So we lost the CDF, Ogola, and burial already happened. His wish was to be buried within 72 hours. No fancy casket and all of that. A lot of people at the funeral, politicians saying this and all of that and everything. But I really thought about that now from like removing the whole tragic situation. And I thought about it. Last week, this man was the head of the military, the CDF. Like after the chief, commander-in-chief,
Yeah, it's him.
he's the guy. And the burial happened, the ceremony on Saturday, the family and everything. And then Monday, we were back to this doctor's strike and the president doing this and that and what. And it got me thinking of just how crazy life moves on. Like, I don't think guys understand that. The circumstance in which this guy was alive, doing on a mission to, check out the schools and in that bandit-ridden area and everything. And all of that happens. People are crying. People are delivering speeches about what he did, of which a lot of people shared a lot of stuff. And if you go online, like I remember on Friday, the bloggers posting this, like it was continuous. You were not going past like 3 tweets or something. It was something to do with Ogola and the rest of the, the military people who lost their lives. And now, Monday, nothing. Like, even look at it, as we're recording today. What's on the TL? Floods. Gone. It's crazy.
I wanna add something on that. During my hiatus, like just doing my own thing, I lost my uncle.
Condolences, bro.
Thank you. And when I was at the funeral in Nanyuki, he was actually like a very high-ranking like government guy in Huru's government. He was an ambassador. He was state house controller, all of the stuff. So when I was at the funeral, it hit me like we don't really think about death as people. As a person, you rarely consider the idea that you will die.
Yep.
That's something you don't really put in your mind.
Mortality.
Yeah, mortality is a very strange thing because if you start thinking about the fact that you will die, you might probably just for a lot of people, they might just freeze. Like,
but before you land your point, right? Let me challenge you. I think why it's not a conversation, or what did you say before?
people don't really consider their own mortality.
Yes.
The fact that they will die.
I'll put it to you like this, right? Do you know anyone who ever died and came back and told you how it is?
No. It's not about the going. It's about like the actual like at some point this journey we're on, it'll come to an end, and it made me really think about something like the purpose of life. I'm gonna go on a bit of a tangent, kidogo, but it'll come back. I know someone who was an investment banker, big ass investment banker, like made all the money in the world, had all the the trappings of life, and then at some point, like he quit his job.
Gone.
He quit his job and then decided to pursue something completely different. And for a lot of people who knew him, they were like, why would you do this? Like, you won in life.
This is it.
You won in life. Like, you had everything that life is
Everyone
supposed to be.
Yeah.
But then he told me, like, that's what people think life is supposed to be. But life is what you make it. Like, life is like how you derive joy and pleasure and wherever you get it from, and happiness, because one day itaisha. people are living, and it made me realize, even with my uncle's death, people are living with like they're not gonna die.
Yeah.
People are living like they have time to do other things, and you can live this miserable existence to a point, and then like one day you'll do what makes you happy, but that day will never come. Utajipata umekufa umezikwa, and life, venye umesema, life goes on. So it just got me thinking, like, do I have enough time to really do the things I want? Do I really have enough time to focus on the things that make me happy? Because at the end of the day, if this big ass man, my uncle, who knew everyone and was like, had everybody at his funeral, hata alikufa. Like maisha I could last forever, hata alikufa.
But you know, just thinking of that, right? Like, I look at myself, and I've had conversations with my old lady, and I've said, I'd love to be cremated. And she's not having that conversation. She's just like, bro, listen, today's not the day, tomorrow's not going to be the day, a year from now is not going to be the day, we're not going to have that kind of conversation. Like, that denial for her is just like, no. And I think it also spans from like African traditional heritage. We're not people of that kind of nature.
True.
Get. But then ATH also, the afterlife and this and that. But to use the general as an example, the man, hearing about how he'd read the Bible, he always had the Bible on him. How even when the CS for defense was saying that the man walked to his office and said, hey, can I fast with you for 7 days? Just to show you that solidarity during the month of Ramadan. He was a guy who'd got into that zone of like, so I've done all of this. I'm a military guy. You can imagine war, this, you've been deployed here, there, and everything. To get to that level, you're telling guys, listen, 72 hours, I want to be down. I want to be wrapped in a sheet like this and simple.
Can I ask you something? Can I ask all of you something? Do you guys have wills?
No.
I don't even have
you have
anything
a
to
will?
write into a will.
It doesn't matter. So, okay, this is where I'm going with it. Why don't you have a will?
I think I've thought of the idea of a will, but I don't, just like, what did you say, intention in?
You don't have
Capacity and intention.
capacity.
Yeah. So capacity is there.
Capacity
Intention.
is not.
It's not there.
Yeah.
Why don't you have a will? You don't have any.
Okay, no, I don't. But if I was to write a will, I would just like indicate maybe like if I had things to give out, I would like indicate there. But also, Pia, the way I would want to go, same thing. I want to be cremated, like Stacky Stress Mob.
How will people know that?
Okay, I think I've told my family at least.
Okay.
They know that like if mi kesho nikigongwa na nduthi nikufe, cheki like mnirushe tu pale nini Langata.
But
Cremate me and then we go.
if it's not legally bound and things
a
can
point.
happen, you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Things can happen. If you haven't legally actually set that precedence, then they might decide to bury you. Why don't you have a will?
I just don't.
Okay. I think
I'll
wills are
text my
very
lawyer after
important.
this.
Thank you. I think wills are very important.
Very.
And tapping into that, how he specifically said, I don't want a fancy funeral. I want to be wrapped in a white sheet, etc., etc. I did a class called Death and Bereavement back in uni, which really opened up my eyes to a lot of things. And also, I think made me very comfortable with the idea of death, but it's not the same when it actively happens in your life. Because I think I've had like two very personal deaths that have happened in the past like 3 years or 4 years. It's not the same. But for me personally, I'm very comfortable with death. Like I know I might be very frightened when that day comes. There is that scare factor when it's happening from what of near-death experiences, whatever. But I'm still very comfortable with it. I have a will to the smallest things of my little hair buns. Like write a will.
That's different.
Write a will for every single item you have. And as you said, you have capacity, but you don't have intention. Once you actually intentionalize writing a will, I think it becomes so easy because with each and every item that you have and each and every item that you'll hold, you'll think about someone in your life who will actually deserve or who will be... who will be a perfect candidate to take that up off of you. And also, wait, let me finish. And also when it comes to what do you want after you've passed, it comes into play so heavily because you're cool, you might have a great relationship with your family, blah, blah, but if it's not actually on paper, they might decide to go their own personal way in terms of this is how the funeral is, this is what casket you're going to be buried in, these are the clothes you're going to be buried in. Like be specific to the T, so that even after and I get like it's not necessarily necessary, but I think it's important. Right or wrong?
You know,
I was about to ask if
do
it
you...
matters to you. Because at that point...
To
You're
some
gone.
extent, let me tell you, to some extent, yes. Because I've seen how funerals can be handled for people I care so deeply about, and how things have been really fucked up. And you know, this is what this person wanted. You get what I mean? And then you're going against every single one of their will, just because they didn't actually have it on paper and it wasn't signed by. It wasn't a legal
If I
document.
speak,
So
Yeah.
you know why,
I
why I'm
think
saying
those
that?
people needed to see that. Like, it's cause this is who they are. Like, leave people to their own means and their own devices, and the true selves are gonna come out. So, yeah, it's important for the order and everything, but I think it's irrelevant to you. Because you can't, okay, at that point, see, you're done here. Sindio.
No, valid. That's why I said it's necessary,
Yeah.
but not exactly necessary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
Like it's based on.
It's important.
Yeah, it's based on your personal perspective. Like
I
you don't
think
necessarily.
my
need
take
it.
on this whole thing is more like, you guys I think are talking about what happens after you die. I think my realization in the past few months is like, I've become very aware of my mortality, and that's pushing me to do things like, just thinking about maybe I should quit my job and go actually do something that like
You love.
I love. Like this shit, it doesn't entertain me anymore. And you're like, oh, like people are gonna tell you, oh, you live such a, like weird and structured life. I have structure. I do this. I do that. Sindio. But then, like nazagongwa, as I said, nazagongwa and do this, nazanka kutoka something. Anything could happen.
Yeah.
And at that point, do I want to go knowing, especially if there's an afterlife, with regret? And I have friends who have, I don't know if they're in the same space of mind, but I have friends who have pivoted so much throughout life and done the things that make them happy. And they seem to live a very fulfilled, very wonderful, very wholesome life, as compared to guys who live in a very linear, structured type of way, where it's like you did this, you did this, you did this, you are now here, and then the next step for you is here.
It's like check boxes.
Yeah, it's like checkboxing, and then guys are like, the guys who decided, Sawa, I can go here, I can go there, I can go here, I can move here. At the end of the day, we'll all end up at the same destination.
100%.
Fact.
But I think people don't actually acknowledge that we are gonna get to the destination.
But you also need to understand that, and man, I think we say it quite a bit over here on the podcast. There's guys who actually don't have that privilege. They
Yeah,
honestly cannot.
Yeah,
but then you need to understand that is not the way of life. For a lot of regular people, that is actually privilege. Like just saying, "Oh, I'm going to quit my job." Nini. It's like the other day we're having a conversation with my guy, and the guy said, "Unajua kuna watu manzee in shags who live on 5K a month, and the guy has 3 kids." Na wewe ukiambia 5K unaambia watu. It's like the video that's been trending of the guy on the Buddha.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
been
yeah.
given 5K. He's like, what? That is like the genuineness in that.
I think
right?
my takeaway here, and that's the message I want to pass across, is do what makes you happy.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you only get one chance at this thing.
100%.
Yeah.
Which I don't have a problem with, right? And I encourage people to do it. You've really interrupted my thought. I was going to land that.
No, you're talking about like William so do the 5K.
You're talking
I
about
understand,
how
like, not
it's a
everyone has the privilege.
Yeah, not
to
everybody
make
has
these
that
decisions.
privilege. Yeah, there's some guys they're in the space or the place where they're at, and it's not that they don't want to be there, but it's not because they're intentional. It's because circumstances.
They really cannot.
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
I know where I was going with it. I feel like that's a new age thing, to be honest. Right?
How you mean?
How I mean is this. So you see, I feel so. What's the generation before the millennials?
Gen Xers.
The
Gen Xers.
Gen X's. Before that,
Boomers.
before boomers,
Silent generation.
higher. Silent generation and boomers did not have that freedom that we have.
Yeah, ukweli.
Like when I talk to guys in those ages and you tell them, you are quitting a job to sijui pursue what, they're looking at you like,
Happy life.
like say for instance, if your folks are 50 to 60 or that generation, they've never been those guys of like, those guys used to pile up on leave days because they were afraid to go on leave and be replaced.
Yeah.
You get, like guys would work and work and work, or they, when you look at CVs nowadays, guys they've held down 10 jobs in a span of sijui,
Yeah.
not even 10 years.
Yeah.
You look at those guys, their
One
CV
job.
was one job. Like I saw the other day, Larry posted some flight attendant, and actually not a flight attendant. He's a passer. The guy's held that job for 40 years.
Wild.
Yeah. Even some of the pilots, pilots, you start there and you're there the whole time.
Sure.
And honestly, I think about it, I'm like, there's those guys. Each and every generation has been very different. Because for us guys, we have that advantage. You could say, yeah, let me quit this and go and create content or consult in this. And, there's a lot of different things. The world has really changed, right? You could even decide, OnlyFans. Really? And you will make more money.
It's coming. It's
Actually,
coming.
You get.
the last like
And
around
all
a year
you're
ago,
doing
we were
is-
talking.
OnlyFans and you're
Yamita did you
generating.
dirty though.
Imagine like how Chris Rock when he speaks about that estate where he and Jay-Z were neighbors.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, our neighbor was a dentist. He's like, what are you doing to these guys and their teeth? Imagine now having a neighbor, this guy or lady is on OnlyFans. And you're just like, wow, okay. Guys are making bank out
Game
here
is
in a
game.
different way.
Fact.
Yeah.
I
Damn
think
it.
I think like as you said, as generations pass, opportunity changes, and you kind of realize that the opportunities that were given to the people like before us, like millennials, no, not millennials, like boomers, like the opportunities that they had. Your time, you could get a house, bro. You could get a house. Like there was price control on goods. Life was so completely different, to the point where we can't live like them because we did not grow up in the same environment as them.
True.
We are in a completely different environment. If they were transplanted to now, they would do the same things we're doing because it's a whole different environment. Nani akona what's his name, Jim Jones, akona album inaitwa POME, Product of My Environment, and I love that statement because we are all
Product
products
of
of
our
our environments.
yeah.
Like how we act is based on how we were raised, where we grew up. So if you guys grew up in a space where the government was paying your school fees, there was a job ukitoka nini, there was a job ukitoka tu hivi uni, and like there was price control, everything was good, the money you were spending had value, like the price of land and property was really low. You could really like slide into that structured lifestyle and have no worry about it.
Yeah.
Saizi unanunua nyumba nini ati river inanyesha kidogo, like unaevacuatiwa kama msa yako Dadaab.
Bro.
Imagine. Like unaevacuatiwa kawa Swatana River, and you live in Athi River. You live in an estate called
The
Green
Athi
Leaf
River.
something.
Yeah,
Alafu
yeah,
imeandikwa
yeah.
hapa your new paradise here. Like they give you a fucking weird ass
But
slogan.
it literally turns into a river.
Yeah, it turns into a river. They have to come to get you in like Sonko rescue boats.
Yeah.
Bro, you're just like marooned.
Marooned.
I never thought I could use this word.
Meanwhile, your parents bought a house in Buruburu that's perfectly dry.
Yeah.
Like, and they bought it on a
On a
1%
civil-
interest mortgage
Yeah.
Loan.
on a single income household. Saizi mkiwa hata watu wawili double income, mortgage inawapiga, mortgage inawamaliza.
Mortgage is
Sure.
Kwanza, well, I'm not going to mention the bank. They sent me a message the other day. They're like, our interest rate on a loan is now, they're always reviewing it on and on like that. But you know what? Speaking about all of that, right? Before we even run out of time. So today on the radio, I was speaking about Tupac's brother. He's got a very interesting name. Pre something, Shakur, right? And he was like, I do not understand why Drake went and used
Tupac and
Tupac's
Yeah.
Dog.
AI voice and all of that,
Yeah.
and the West Coast and all of that. He's like, bro, that's not right. You shouldn't be doing that to stir up emotion and all of that. And I was just like, please, bro, just chill, eh? You don't need to be making those kind of statements. Because the statement after that, when he was asked who's killed it in terms of like Drake and Kendrick, the beef, the guy was like, I don't know. It's too close to call.
It's not.
I'm like, bro.
I'll tell
By
you here
far.
now, as an authority on this.
Yeah.
It's not. Drake is winning by a country mile.
Bro.
Because
Landslide.
listen, Metro, shut your whole ass up and make some drums, nigga.
nigga.
That is a quotable. That is a quotable.
Make some drums.
You can put that. It's like the way Nas said, like you 36 in a karate class.
Yeah.
You don't have to know the whole song, but you'll always remember that
Remember
line.
that.
Metro
Is
will
that
be
your girls'
anywhere.
tour? Is that your tour or your?
Yeah, girls,
Wait,
like,
your girls
just one
tour.
line.
That's
Metro will always go somewhere,
makes
and guys will be like, Metro, shut your whole ass up and make some drums, nigga.
They already have mashups on TikTok.
Yeah.
Bro. It's
And then, like, the
crazy.
hilarious.
artwork.
Yeah.
He's not taking this seriously. That's why he's winning.
Yeah.
It's a
The
joke.
artwork with like Kendrick's shoe size, he wears a size 7.
Manze.
Mama mboga wangu anavaa size 7 pia. So like
bro.
You see,
Drake is petty.
I love that.
And
You can't
and
compete with him because you're going for the jugular
Yeah.
and him is tickling you.
You
to
see,
like,
like, the only
submission.
person who beat him was Pusha, because Pusha did the same exact thing. You do
Push
got petty
that
too.
bad.
you go petty too. Like he
I
said,
go-
you go low kabisa with this man because he
Is
can
that-
go to the.
You know, when we were talking about you hiding your baby from the
Yeah.
world. But you know what's actually crazy, right? And I'll give Drake credit. Drake is very sharp.
Yeah.
Drake knew how they're gonna come at him. And you see that quotable of Joe Budden, him and the young girls. Bro, he penned that down. And he knew, like it's saying, it's like having an argument with someone and you throw all of your dirt towards them.
Yep.
And that happened in 8 Mile. In
Oh,
the
yeah,
freestyle.
yeah, yeah.
The guy, Eminem, freestyle against, so the guy was like everything he had. So now Drake has already thrown that dirt out. He's like, okay, cool, now come at
Now
me.
what?
What is it? So guys talk about, I don't write my own rhymes, right? They're like, I was friends with that chick when she was 14. You get? What else, what other dirt do you have on
On
me?
me.
Also, he does his research. He's a very strategic nigga who does his research. So
And
he
bro,
knows
I think
where
he
he's
lives on the
coming.
internet also.
Yeah.
he really
He
does.
lives on the
He
internet.
knows-
He's always like seeing what people
Yeah.
are saying. What
He knows.
Anita
He's
Max
in
Wayne.
the know.
Need a Max
But-
Wayne.
but yo, let me tell you, when I heard that, I was just like, what has this guy gone and done? Like, do you know, I've been tweeting and posting, even posting your producer and saying, yo, is this the day? Then that line at the end, Taylor Swift, good Lord.
Oh, yeah.
As in, you can even troll yourself and say, if Taylor's dropping, I'm going to move my album.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Hey!
Everybody knows I did that.
everybody knows that.
I got out of the way.
Again,
Bro.
some people want to look macho,
Yeah.
and some people just want to have fun with this. And always, the guys who are having fun with this shit, most times they win because
They win.
Drake can just
Right.
troll. Drake will troll you and then
troll
troll himself.
Yeah.
And then you can't really say anything back because he's already trolled himself.
Yeah.
So I really want to see what Kendrick does next. But I really predict that Kendrick isn't going to do anything because I don't think he's really about that action. Evo, he's more of a dissing guy.
But he's not really about the action.
But actually,
But
album.
but I think Drake knows what he was doing, right? And Drake touched a nerve
With the
this,
AI.
with the West Coast.
Yo, they snatched back the keys of the West Coast from Kendrick.
You get-
that was the funniest shit ever, man. Like, can we imagine the guy who
But
introduced you to
it's Kendrick-
something
it's Kendrick.
coming back to
Take it
claim?
back.
Give me that.
Give me that shit.
Umeshindwa na kazi.
I want to
Give me that
throw
shit.
some
Not
out
to
there.
machine on
So,
a kazi.
is Kendrick really West Coast? I want to like. Kendrick has always been like, Kendrick was like
I'm the king
crowned
of
king.
New York, I'm the king.
If Kendrick was to pass, like God forbid, Cindy, would the people shout for him the way they showed up for Nipsey Hussle?
No,
Like you're
It's
not
not
really
about
West,
that.
yeah, you're not really West
No, I
Coast.
think so.
no.
I think so.
Nipsey.
No, I think so.
But also it depends. Well, Nipsey was
Nipsey-
short.
And
It's-
Nipsey was moving.
That's the
or
thing,
he
is
had
he-
different roles to play in society.
That's the thing. Like it's the same way. I wouldn't say like if there's a big rapper from New York, they're from New York, but they're not New York. Kendrick is from the West Coast,
Yeah.
but I don't think he
Not-
is West Coast. Like,
Like
the
he
guys.
hasn't necessarily
It's not.
taken
It's
up
not
that
a
culture.
snoop.
for
It's
me.
not a park. That kind of.
Like I would even say like Dom Kennedy and Larry June are more West Coast than like Kendrick. Kendrick is like the biggest rapper from the West Coast, but he doesn't really like
Adjust
rep
to
the
the
city
culture.
like that. Same thing with like Kanye. Kanye is the biggest rapper from Chicago, but is Kanye really Chicago? Is Kanye Chief Keef?
When's it? I'd say Kanye is more LA right
Yeah,
now.
like yeah.
He spends more time
He's from
or wherever
Chicago.
he is. He's more
from
global.
Chicago. He's rep the city.
But
But,
you know-
does the city rep him the same way?
But back when, when he was all about Chicago and everything. But I feel like the guy who never even needed to be in this beef and is clutching at straws is fucking Kanye West. Like, what are
Yeah,
you doing?
fact.
Kanye is Kanye. I love it.
I
It's
was just like,
entertainment.
yo, when he played the track, the remix, and he was just doing the Kanye, like, I was like, bro, that's not that hard.
No.
You've
It's
checked
not-
out
it's not
snippets
that hard. It's not
of
hard
his
at all.
interview with Justin.
Kanye is that insane neighbor who's always in every beef in the if anything's happening, she's the first one. He's the first one out. Like, is there fire in house 6B? Like, let's see what's going
I
on.
wanna be- but like Kanye, when he even posted that image of J. Cole, the chick, are you a J. Cole fan? No.
I,
Then
do-
she's like, let me
I
give you
agree with
some
that though. Don't play J. Cole around the babes, man.
Yeah.
The babes love J. Cole.
No.
Oh, okay, no.
Bash na unapoesha bash bana
No,
utabaki
man,
hapo peke yako na tanka
It's
say.
No,
don't
J.
don't
Cole
play J. Cole on a
slander.
Friday. It's Friday.
It's like
No
when,
J.
when,
Cole slander.
J. Cole slander is welcome here at all
What's the
times.
song,
No, not
what's the
next to
song where he
me.
apologizes to all the uni girls and he's like,
I don't listen to J. Cole.
you don't?
I don't.
Well, that was gangster. But here's the thing, like, for me, and I've been saying it on the radio, this beef will die out, like you've just said, Kendrick. But the beef that I think is not about to die out is these two young men,
Quavo and
Quavo and
Breezy.
Chris Brown.
R&B niggas.
When people start saying, there's a bullet with your name on it, I'm like, hold on.
Chris swallowed him. Though.
Hey,
Hey, Ashley.
Sorry.
Shout out to DJ. Shout out
Have
to
you ever been
DJ.
swallowed up?
Finished him. Finished him.
alimeza ka ule mse wa motura.
Yep.
Bro.
Shit.
No, I really don't think there's gonna be a beef because first of all,
There's no
we all know Chris Brown is insane. And I don't think Quavo is in a position in his life where he wants to start like
No,
a
no,
beef
no,
with
no,
somebody who's that fucking insane over a girl he left.
Yeah.
Who they already broke up.
Show this.
No,
man.
but here's the thing. Honestly, like when I go back to like that Joe Budden academics, the very famous hip hop thingy, you got left on Bad and Bougie? It's
Yeah.
Like, what? Bro,
Who got left on Bad and
Quavo is
Bougie?
about that life. He about that
Atlanta
life.
niggas.
Maybe
He's
maybe,
about that
maybe,
life.
but I think like with the passing of Takeoff, it really like
Yeah.
that might
But
have just
but you see the way when you listen to the bars, the way he says, you should have never even mentioned the passing. You understand, bro? When people start to say, the next time I see you, I'ma have to beat you, then there's a bullet on your name, bro. Drake's beef and everything, and Kendrick, and even with like Rose, these guys are now saying my crib is bigger than yours, and
Yeah.
what? It's that rich nigga beef, right?
Yeah.
But the beef,
At
beef
your
which
plane is a cargo plane. It's not for
Auntie,
human beings.
Please pray for him.
Oh,
it's a
man.
50-year-old plane. You get?
Petty.
But that beef of theirs, Chris Brown and
This is
thingy,
for real, for real.
That
Personal.
beef is personal. Bro, when guys are saying, oh, you beat that chick, the biggest bag that you dropped was beating Riri. You know, that shit is personal.
We've also said he tried beating up Tiana, but what's his name couldn't allow.
Asha.
Asha couldn't allow
Really?
it. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
But
Niggas
anyway,
is
Chris Brown
spilling.
is due an ass kicking, so I'm not
Bro,
against it.
honestly,
Damn.
I'm not against it.
No.
He's due an ass kicking. He's been
Why?
insane for the longest time. Like 2012, he was trying to beat up Frank Ocean in a parking over a parking
Oh, yeah,
space.
there was that too.
That man is due.
Yeah.
Like,
bro,
people
but
have let
honestly,
him get away with so much for a long time.
And that is why I'm telling you guys, that beef is dangerous. Leave
Na hiyo
this
pia
rich.
imeisha.
No, bro.
Because
Honestly,
Breezy after Quavo's weak ass response, Breezy said, nah, like there's no point of doing this.
you
man.
guys didn't rate the Quavo response?
No.
Nah. The only thing that would have amounted to something was the fact that he had Takeoff on the record
Yeah,
while
yeah.
Breezy was praising Takeoff as opposed to
Yeah.
you know,
Also,
Quavo.
why are you bringing other niggas to your own beef? Like, chill.
Hey, wait.
Nah,
Tokea
like
na-
if you're
Tokea na
involved,
Bogi,
you're involved.
Tokea na
But
The fact that you
Tokea
brought
na
back
Bogi.
up to a fight that was just me and you already explains that I've won.
Nah, it's
Full
cause
stop.
You
no,
fight fair.
I get it. I get
Yeah.
I get
You
what
fight fair.
Quavo did.
Yes.
I
I
get
mean,
what
I'm gonna
Quavo
fight
did
to win.
because this is the guy. This is the
to
guy.
win,
No,
not fair.
Ashley, think about it. If you're Quavo and you have maybe Tech did this verses, but he wasn't really dissing you. But here's someone talking smack about me praising.
Said my
Tech.
homie.
Or you wish it was me. Okay, sir, let me show you Wagwan. This is a guy you think was on your side or is no you sasa msikia kikutusi. You're pulling
Still.
everything out of the arsenal, but
Still.
yeah, it wasn't all that.
It
But
wasn't.
I guess mi nasemanga hivi. These guys are in one WhatsApp group. They orchestrate everything, and it's just numbers.
Because also the
It's
way
just
this
numbers.
yes sir, the way this niggas have
Time
just
is up,
become-
really, nigga.
Listen, let's go to the whatever.
Yo,
sort of
really,
whatever
nigga.
Hold on,
shit
hold on,
that-
hold on.
Wait, before
Time
kind of a-
umetokea alarm.
Guys,
I wanna
guys.
talk a little bit.
We'll have the whenever.
We
song.
bonga
No,
wewe, usiogope.
on this one.
We
No,
take
no.
it. Achana na
I've seen
huyu.
kwani nimeshindwa kuwa na content.
Okay,
We
so
bonga, achana na huyu msee.
Yo, just want to say I'm really happy to be back here again. It's been a minute. I really enjoyed again this. I see the comments on the episodes.
Yeah.
Wanakutafuta sana,
Wanatafuta sana,
yeah.
so niko hapa hivi. Shout out to I want to shout out 3 people. Wangoi, Ruth and CD. Hao ndo watu walifanya nikuje hapa. They actually fought.
Si
they actually-
Jimani? Okay.
No, Jimani aliniambia
I'm
nikuje,
kidding.
but I was with them and they were like, you have to go do this. Like, you
have
really have to go do this.
Love it.
And they're the ones who are showing me the comments and like, Cheki, you have to go do this. So shout out to them. Leo nimejaribu kuvaa kofia.
Imekata.
Imekata
hot.
kabisa, it's too fucking hot. Plus, I don't really wear
Where's
hats.
the fun of?
Imagine wearing a fedora
Because it's
and looking like
the
like you
sound.
sell ketamine in a nightclub, or even worse, wearing a bucket hat. You look like Otis.
Oh man, I love bucket hats. Oh,
I actually have
Bucket hats
Otis's
ni watu
bucket
wana-
hat.
Bucket hat ni mtu ana hairline. Like, I can get it.
not necessarily.
They're trying to push
I've
my
gone to the
top
club in
back
a
like
bucket
JFK.
No, you can wear it. Like, you
Thank
look good
you.
in anything.
Thank
But like,
Yo.
mtu akona
Wow, you
hairline iko
folded
hapa.
quick, nigga.
You know,
You folded quick.
Listen,
brother, now, am I folding or am I winning?
listen,
Relax.
Folding, nigga.
folding. Listen, this has been a Mike
If you're too
Soropa.
dry.
Episode 256.
God damn.
We're about to lubricate the one episode, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Listen, my name is Big C. I'm glad
Ashley-
to be back.
Ashley.
I'm Dr. Hafare. Doctor.
And the young.
And Panda's back
adios.
as well. Bye.